back out here again, working on Mayo. So, remember I was talking about that little spot that we had that I was probably going to address a little bit down here on the tower, like right here. See where they plated it? Like I said, I seen all that when I bought the car. So, whatever. No big deal. So now that I've got it completely stripped, K members out and everything else, I can actually see what's really going on. And I said I would probably just address it a little bit, maybe dress it up some. Well, I am going to dress it up, but I think I'm going to go a little deeper than just dressing it up, just because they kind of really did a half-ass job on it, more than I thought they did once I got into it. Go here, let you take a little look-see at her real quick. So here's what I'm talking about. When I said it kind of half-assed it, you can see, like even the stands inside are rotted out, both sides. They just put this like little piece of angle in here and just kind of like tacked it over to what was left of the top of the frame rail here on this one. So yeah, I'm gonna clean that up. The good thing is that the outside of the frame here, underneath, 100% solid. Humongous plus right there. Because if it wasn't solid up underneath, then you know you'd have to cut that whole panel out. You'd have to cut that whole little rail out right here and redo it, because you can't have nothing crunchy in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all this top piece right here, cut all this out, take it out, take that piece of angle thing that they put in there out, take these little stands that are rotted out on each side, take those out. I got the same thickness of sheet metal laying right over here against the wall, right back there on the other side of the Mustang. So it's not gonna cost me a nickel to do this. Well, I'll have to get weld-through primer, so it will cost me more than a nickel. But you get my point. I ain't buying no Scott rod, you know, $150 whatever it's cost, $100 bucks. I don't know what it costs. Anyhow, whatever it is, I'm not paying for that. Not when I got all the junk laying around here. And I have a welder, I have everything cut it with. I'll do it myself. The plate that's on the outside right here, that's down there, it's actually pretty thick. That I'm gonna live with, because I mean that's exactly what I would do anyhow. And not only that, but since we're smoothing out, that's all gonna be mud up through there, and that is a fine fix on this side. Nothing to worry about there on that one. I'll grind it down, smooth it out, decorate it. Like I said, I'm on mud. That tower, I'm on mud. You know, this tower right here, after I get all the holes filled in. So this out here will be fine. I just want to redo the top of that rail and those stands, which what I'm going to use for these stands are, got to look around at last night when I was out here playing around, and I do have these, which is actually a little bit thicker than what the factory ones are. These are actually they go in the bushings of rear control arms from Mustangs. For a foxbody, that's exact right diameter I need and everything. And they're tall enough to where I actually might have to cut them down a little bit. So, I have those. Like I said, I have the metal over here that's the same thickness as what the frame rail is that was originally in it. So all I have to do is get this top frame rail out. Get down the inside, I'm gonna hit it with a wire brush and everything else, clean it up real nice. And then I'm gonna hit it with some weld-through primer. So this way, hopefully the rust don't come back. I'll put stands in it, replate the top real nice, weld that in there, cleaned it all up. Thinking about even getting a hold of, was it Eastwood? I guess it is, and I got that junk you get, that tube you put rockers and frame rails and all that good junk. Sliding it down there and spraying it down through there real nice. So hopefully this doesn't happen again. I would like to have it not come back. So I'll do that. And then we'll call that one right there a day. So it's not a humongous job. It's a little bit too time consuming, but it's not the end of the world. You know what? I can take that little bit of, you know, I mean, patchwork I'm gonna have to do here to having to put quarters on it and pans and roofs and everything else. And this car right here, that's the only rust it has. That's it. That was the whole reason why I bought the car. Like I said, I seen that when I bought the car. But the rest of the car was so clean that it was worth chancing it on that one little piece of frame rail. So I chanced it. I think I won. I knew it needed something, but it actually turned out to be a lot better than I had anticipated in my head, because I had, now it is, let your head get with me and you're like, yeah, I bet that thing's Yeah, peanut brittle. I'm probably trying to crunch it when I get the K member out. Well, it was not. Underneath solid, 100% solid underneath. So, hey, could have been way worse. Well, let's get in there. Let's get that top piece out there and see what's going on now. a little bit challenging getting all that out there. A whole lot harder than I thought it was going to be. But she is now out. It's all ground down. I did put some rust converter in there for right now, just so it gives me a good little base there, because I'm planning on, once I get this plated, is to get that stuff in Eastwood, like I said, and just stick it in here and blow it down the frame rails, just so it doesn't work its way inside out again, the rust. But so far I think it's going pretty good. That's the original tube. It was good. I still got to put a tube here and a tube here, which I end up, once I get it mocked up, I'll take those tubes and weld them to the top piece and then set it all down in there. But I think it's going to turn out pretty good so far. So I got to let this dry up, and then I can do my little cardboard template in here. So let's let that dry up, and then I'll go and do it. Alrighty. So, as we had left off, you guys seen that I already had the it's all done up with the primer already. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to template. That's what I'm going to do now. Let me just use this little thin cardboard right here to make a template out of. This isn't exactly 100%, but it will work. I want to make it wide enough too, so it's wider, so this way I can just take a little extra going. Here we go. And this right here will be my base as far as something to go off of, right? Mess around with the barrier. Man, I messed around and got that man cold. Killing me. There's it here. Here. Alright, so that right there will be my base of it. So I'm just work this out, cut it. Now I have to fine tune it in there, because I was just going to be on a little bit of angles and everything else. So, alright, let me get a ruler so I can line this up and cut it. I want to get my bottom base in first, and then it's going to be, I think it's 1.5 inches wider, so it rolls up the sides. But for right now, I'm just trying to get my base on the bottom to see where I need to be right there. All right, let me get this right here done. See if I can't get it to fit in there nice. And then I'll be right back. Maybe. All right, so here's what I came up with. Obviously, I'm gonna cut them out. That's gonna be corners. This, and this one is what's gonna fold up on a 90. Around, this is gonna be the base to the bottom. Here's where the bolts are gonna come through with clips. I made it a little bit wider right here for right now, just so I could have some room to play around with on this end to fit it in there the rest of the way. So let me go ahead and transfer this over to a piece of metal real quick. What happened?
I was about to crack her open, and it wasn't over the bucket, and I was like, let me try to catch all this.
Yeah.
He seemed like cool, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not sure like how much he like really knows, but you say he just got like a turbo.
Alright, so we got her all pretty much made up. We'll clean all this edge up once we get it tacked in there. But we got it all lined up. They're oblong, just like they are from the factory. All I did was pretty much mirror the other side with this one. All I gotta do now is weld my sleeves to the inside of this, and then put it down in there, and we'll drill holes in it and spot weld it in there like that. All right, let's do it. All right, so it's all tacked in now. We'll smooth all them out. And I put my sleeves in there also. Not welded to the top, but welded to the bottom. We got it down. So I clean these up, I already ran my bolts through with these, everything lines up beautiful. And I made them big enough to give me movement just like the factory ones. All right, let me clean these up and I'll get right back to you. All right, so here's finished product right there. Paint's a little wet, that's why it looks glossy. I'm gonna ground it down a little bit so it looks like spot welds, because I don't have spot welder. That is it right there. There looks a whole lot better than what used to be here. It was a lot of work, but worth it in the long run. I'll show you the other side. Now see, here's the factory side, it's crusty, but same way, it goes up in the back, goes on each side, it goes all the way flush to the outside, just like I did the other side. Yep, that's pretty much all I did was just took the adjustments, measurements and everything else off the other one to get my height in the back and on the sides. And then at the bottom, you seen that template I made. That's how I ended up getting that one. But I'm happy with it. It is a whole lot better looking than what it was. Before they had like a piece of angle in there, you seen it was all welded and scabbed together. The good thing is, the frame on this one's good on the bottom and on the side. All that was beautiful in this car. The inside, they put a plate on it, which I'm gonna grind down right here. Not a big deal, because all that's gonna get welded in and mudded over anyhow. So I'm gonna grind that down smooth, mud that in, you'll never know the difference, and it'll be perfectly fine. I'm gonna put the thing in a frame too and blow all the undercoating in the frame rails. That's gonna be it for this video there. Took a lot longer than I expected, but it is done.